I think you should invest in small mid-cap companies because it's a unique territory. It's a wide territory, it's a territory that is not well covered, so there are a lot of inefficiencies in that market. That means that you can find interesting opportunities that are not well valued. It's a highly diversified territory. You can find interesting sectors that are growing sectors. For example, if you want to invest in the biofood growth, you can find companies in that territory that you won't be able to find in the large cap territory. Every new business that is starting by being within the small mid cap field. Obviously, it's speaking about the vision of the company, and I think it's very important to understand the vision of a company, how this manager and his team is going to reach his goals. We're also looking at the balance sheet structure. We're very cautious about the track record of the company. We want companies that have been generating consistent profitability, that don't have too much debt, that have not been showing too much cyclicality during difficult period. So these are the main aspects we're looking at. We're also looking at the corporate governance. This is something we think is an interesting risk factor for our portfolio, our investors. Simply, the first one is a Spanish-based company called Cellnex. It's a company that has got that is concentrating a very interesting field that is telecom towers. Okay, this is an infrastructure business, and Cellnex has been showing a strong capacity to concentrate profitably that sector. Our second position is a company called Worldline. Worldline is the recently listed company, a subsidiary of a French group that is called Atos. It's in the payment industry. This is an industry that is growing nicely, you know, and Worldline is taking market share. We're seeing growth in Worldline. We like the management of Worldline. We like the execution of Worldline, and we believe there is some interesting and undervalued growth in Worldline. And our third position is a company called Interxion. Interxion is an operating of computer farms. Basically, they've got this large infrastructure that people are using when they want to, for cloud and SaaS, subcontracting actually this computer capacity outside of the firm. And Interxion has been very good at taking market share there and also developing nicely their capacity according to the demand. And there is a lot of growth in that sector too. So if you look at the geographical areas of the portfolio, it's a pan-European portfolio. If you look at the country exposure, the largest country exposure is UK, the second one is France, the third one is Sweden. Now if you compare to the benchmark, we underweight in the UK because of the Brexit. Okay, we are cautious about what's happening, so we decided to get a lower weighting than our benchmark there. We're slightly overweight in France, and we're very much underweight in Germany. If you look at the sectors, it's a highly concentrated portfolio with only 34 stocks. There are two sectors we're not in, I would say, that don't fit to our approach. We're looking for, GARP stocks, growth at reasonable price with a lot of visibility. So we're not in energy because energy is depending of, the price of energy that we can't predict, and we're not in financials.